Hi guys, Zach here with another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a 4v4 match on the map Innocence. I'm starting in the top left position playing as the Soviets. So for those of you who know this map, you'll know that it's an ore only map, so we do need to start quite conservatively. We will be building ore refinery and then just one war factory and building a next ore refinery. Now there are 4 players in this game, so it's going to be quite a bit chaotic. And what I'm doing first of all is I'm just sending some troops over to Paradius's base, because Paradius is in sort of like one of the middle positions, and on maps like this the middle positions are notoriously hard to defend. And I'm in quite a good position actually, because I'm in the top left, so I've got like Paradius to my right, and I've also got Gerben to my south. So I'm like nicely tucked in, so I can like possibly be a bit more like economic at the start. I'm gonna like really get my economy going and then start sending tanks out after I've got a good economy and hopefully provide some good support. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm bringing a few more infantry out than I would usually do, and I'm sort of trying to go for a sneak attack and sort of like bring my troops right behind my enemy lines. But you just have to be very, very careful when you do this. What I like to use is a hotkey S, because that just stops my infantry from running. And that's what I'm doing when I'm back at my base building, because what can happen is sometimes people just keep the infantry running forwards. And if the enemy has some people, like some troops stationary, then they'll just like kill all your troops and you can lose quite a lot that way. Right, so you can see I've done a mix of rifleman and some grenadiers. Grenadiers do a lot more damage on buildings, and you can see red there. So what I do is as soon as I see those troops, is I press S. That stops my units moving so they can kill my enemy, because if you keep on moving, they don't shoot while they're moving, so you do lose a lot that way. And again, here I'm going to stop, and then I just bring my troops in, and we've got enough to break through there. And yeah, I'm just obviously getting my economy going. Oof, and I've had to press stop them there again, because we can see that red is bringing in some infantry. But what I'm doing is I'm bringing mine south, because I'm trying to get behind my enemy. So let's see what he's got. He's got a radar dome already. That's quite early. He's got a large power plant. And you can see that red is bringing his ore truck to try and squash my infantry. So I'm just sort of bringing them around here at the moment and just trying to dodge that. And we're going on pink's construction yard. We won't get the kill, but we'll cause a little bit of disruption. And we've forced pink to build a flamethrower. So that's going to disrupt pink's build order. So we got a bit of value from that, I guess, because we managed to make red use his ore truck while it could have been gathering ore. We also forced pink to build a flamethrower. But you can see pink coming in with his heavy tanks now. And we're going to need to bring our tanks to the right just to help our teammate Paradius in this game. And we can see Paradius has got some heavy tanks there at the moment. And I'll probably take my tanks into the field just to the right of Paradius. And we can see that pink is there, and he's brought his tanks to the middle. So I'm just bringing my tanks to the right at the moment. We'll have to see if pink responds, because I could get yeah, and pink's bringing his heavy tanks in right now. He wasn't going to let me through there, because what I would have done is gone to the back of his base and maybe got a construction yard kill or something like that. But you can see the fight's on now. But it looks like pink's got more than me at the moment, and it's probably going to need to pull back. But you can see Paradius coming in with his heavy tanks. And you can see red coming in from the top right. And also purple coming in from the middle. So they're sort of outnumbering us at the moment, so we're going to have to pull back. Yeah, you can see my tanks are just getting obliterated there. There's just too many of them at the moment to put up a good fight. And you can see at my base, I'm just trying to keep on strengthening my economy. And we're going to get a large power plant just to make sure our power's up. And what we're going to do is we're going to build a radar dome. So radar domes are really good in team matches, because you don't know where you might be attacked from, and you also want to keep an eye on how your teammates are doing. And we can see Paradius building that Tesla coil. Now that Tesla coil is in a brilliant position, because it's defending to the right and it's also defending to the bottom as well. So Paradius has really placed that well, and he's also got some concrete walls just to provide a little bit of protection. So hopefully his base is going to be quite secure. What you just have to be aware of though is that red could attack from the very top, because there is a small pass on the top to the top of his base. So we'll have to see if red utilises that in this game, but I think he's going to be very focused on what's going on in the middle of the map. And we can see Gerben helping Darren in his base, who's to the south green. And we can see purple. Purple is going for an attack on my base at the moment, so I haven't got any defences because I didn't think I was going to need them because my base was right at the back. But you can see purple doing an attack right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start building a Tesla coil. Yeah, that was quite a surprise. I think I'm going to have enough tanks, hopefully. And you can see Gerben coming in to help me as well, because he's actually got quite a few light tanks there. And hopefully we'll be able to make short work of these, because light tanks do have very low HP, and he's not moving them around as much at all. So what's happening is they're just getting like taken out pretty easily. And I hope Gerben gets back now to the bottom, where I think orange is fighting Darren. Right, we're going to need to help Gerben's base at the moment, and we've just managed to defend that radar dome. So that's really good for us, because we did manage to take a lot of tanks out there, and he didn't get any damage done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring my tanks down to help Gerben, and I'm probably going to try and destroy the remaining buildings of Purple's base. And you can see Nose is sort of... well, he's probably taking those tanks in the wrong direction, and Gerben's getting some Tesla hits on them, so that's done quite a lot of damage. And that's really good, because he's got like his value from that Tesla coil, but it's proved invaluable so far. And now we're going to go for an attack on Nose's base. We can see that Tesla coil is undefended, and Tesla coils are quite weak on their own because they have so low HP. And you can see my tanks taking it down, no problem. But he's got another Tesla coil further back, and this one's going to be harder to get to because he's got tanks defending as well. And as I try and destroy that Tesla coil, his tanks are going to do a lot of damage to my tanks as well. That's why Tesla coils and tanks are such a good combination. And we can see that red is coming in. He's got a mix of light and medium tanks, but with red there as well, I think they're going to have the tank number advantage. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to take those light tanks out first because they have very low HP. But you can see I'm getting pushed back at the moment. There's just too many tanks there. And we can see Gerben just fighting at the south of the map. And we can see that Darren is, of course, out of the game right now. And we're going to have to fall back. Luckily, though, if we do go back to Paradius' base, he does have that Tesla coil there. And you can see doing great damage on that medium tank. He's actually got 2 now, so that's even better. It's going to mean it's going to be very, very hard for any tank force to get through into his base. And it's sort of like a safety point. As soon as I can pull back to that position, the other team aren't going to follow us through. And you can see Paradius going on the attack on red at the moment. And we can see Gerben fighting in the middle. And orange is going to send some troops there as well. So while they're preoccupied there, I'm going to try and send some tanks to the back of Nose's base just to get some damage done. And I'm building that 3rd war factory because I am building up my ore reserves. And on the bank's no good, it needs to be out as tanks in the battlefield. And we're destroying that Tesla coil now, but Nose can see I'm there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my tanks right down, and I'm probably going to go to the base in the bottom right, as that is Bloodletter's base. So we'll go to his base because he won't be expecting it because he hasn't been attacked all game. So we'll have to see what we can do here. And we're just uncovering a bit of the map at the moment. We can see he's got 3 war factories, he's got quite a few ore refineries, and we're going to go for attack on that construction yard. And I don't think he's noticed me at the moment. Obviously the tanks are automatically attacking as they go out of the war factory. And it looks like we're going to be able to get that construction yard, and he's realised, but it's too late. As soon as those tanks realised that I was there, I just about got the construction yard down, and that's going to be a big blow for Orange because he's not going to be able to build any more buildings. We've also managed to destroy a power plant, so that might put him on low power, which is going to mean he's not going to be able to see us in a radar dome, but I'm not sure at the moment. And you can see pink and red are defending in the middle of the moment. And you can see Gerben is going to red space in the top right. So what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to take my tanks to the middle to help defend and stop the enemy from getting to Gerben's base. So this is sort of like a crucial part of the game at the moment. We're going to need to give Gerben enough time to destroy red's base and also defend this position. So you can see Orange coming in with his tanks. He seems to be pulling back a bit now because we were able to just destroy them one at a time. You can see Paradius helping there as well. So it's just a like complete battle at the middle of the map at the moment. And we can see there's a lot of red tanks there in the top. And you can see Nose building Teslas again, which is making it difficult to get into the base because Teslas work really well with tanks, and we're going to need to try and destroy them. But you can see at the moment we're managing to defend this sort of like middle position, and what we can see is that Nose is very low on ore, but Nose is bringing his tanks in from the top at the moment along with Red, and they've got a lot of troops here. And you might have remembered earlier in the game I talked about that passage at the top of Paradius's base. Well, I can see Gerben bringing some units from the satellite, from the radar dome, and he's bringing them to the top of Red's base. So it's our team using that passage to great effect. And we can see Red's coming in for the attack now. He hasn't noticed what's going on at his base, or he doesn't care, and he's just going to try and do as much damage as possible. We can see Pink's here as well, along with Orange, and it looks like they have the better tank numbers as well, especially Pink with all those heavy tanks. But we just need to be able to defend this position, and hopefully Red will be out the game very, very soon. You can see those tanks are still there, and as long as those tanks are there, you can see my tank numbers are sort of starting to dwindle a little bit at the moment. And Red space has been destroyed by Gerben, so that's got rid of his tanks, and now it looks like we might have the upper hand. We can see that Bloodletter, who's playing as the Orange, is going to the bottom left position, so he might be able to destroy some of Gerben's base in that location. But you can see Nose is bringing his tanks through, and they've took an awful lot of damage. And I think they're actually going to my base, but I should be able to destroy these without too much issue. They are on very low HP. We've got about 3 of those tanks which are red, and probably make that 4 now, and 5. Yeah, we're going to be able to destroy these tanks there, no problem. I think they might get that war factory down, and I think they will, but we're not too worried about it at the moment, because you can see we're running out of ore, which is precisely why we've got an MCV, and I'm going to bring that MCV to the middle of the map because it looks like, although it looks like it's going to be good game, because we can see that Gerben is destroying a lot of Nose's base, and I don't think there's any way the other team can come back from this. Orange, remember, have their construction yard destroyed, so they're not able to build any more buildings. They're possibly low on power as well, so it looks really good for us at the moment, and I think it's just a matter of time now before we're able to finish them off. Yeah, and I think obviously one of the big things I think was Paradius building those Tesla coils in the top of the map. It just means there was one less entry point for tanks to be able to attack us, which really helped us just where to focus our attacks on. Yeah, obviously, and it's just like building that strength around the middle position, and we were able to utilise that ore a bit more, like Gerben was able to, because there's about 3 ore patches sort of like in the middle, and Gerben was able to use one. I'm using one now with my MCV, although by the time I got my MCV there, Orange does actually have an MCV. I didn't, he must have had a service depot, so he was able to build one, but we're starting to push him back now, and there's no way he's going to be able to come back from this. He's the only player. We've still got Paradius in there. Gerben's got a large army, and he's just got a few buildings left, but he's trying to, yeah, you can see he's got quite a few tanks on. It's quite impressive at the moment how well he is able to hang on. But you can see Paradius is there, and they're destroying his buildings, and that is going to be good game. So pretty tough match there, and it was all about getting that map control. And that is the end. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.